Today I got a special guest. It's been just about 1 year since I purchased my house, and since it's a new home, that's about the time to do a inspection. And I got a special guest coming along and the rest of their family to give some quick tips on getting a home inspection done. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi everybody, I'm Rusty Nelson and welcome to my YouTube channel here, mostly about the villages, but some other things that may interest some people in that retirement age. So let's get started on this one. I got a special guest and he has been doing home inspections for quite some time, especially around the villages area, and now he's on to his second generation with his kids. So they are going to come and he's going to come and answer a few questions and describe exactly what's going on with a home inspection, when and why you should do it. Also, just so you know, we're not going to talk about price because, and please don't ask in the comments, because it's different for all homes. It goes basically by the square footage. Do you have a pool? Do you want us to do the pool? Do you have an enclosure? All those types of things. It's best if you just call them. I will put the graphics, the number, their name, and everything else. Make sure you have a copy of that, and down below also if you decide you want to give them a call. Also, he's agreed to come back. If you put questions down in the comments, if he can answer them, he's agreed to come back in 3 weeks, a month, or something like that, and answer a few of those questions. If he can, if they pertain to him, he'll be happy to do that for us. So once again, make sure you subscribe. Let's see. Before we get into this, anything else? I'm going to say one of the most important things to understand with the rate that they are building homes in the villages. You definitely want to schedule this even when you're buying your house, because as you'll see, he's booked out for months, and the good people usually are. And at the end of this, I will also, I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll show you the report, so we'll both get to see it about the same time, or just parts of it, a glimpse of it, to see how detailed it is. And anyway, that's about it. But this, like I said, this is 10 months before the end of the year. So you have your 30-day inspection, your punch list inspection, and then at the end of a year, you want to make sure that you have everything covered. Now, here's the thing, is a lot of people say, oh, I don't need it, it's a new home, I don't need an inspection. He's told me stories about some serious problems that he found. I have one as far as the grading goes on the front of my house, which I've been trying to get to take care of. So at the end of this, about 6 months down the road, a year down the road, I'll let you know exactly how the villages did in their, I guess you could say, the warranty department, covering what was described in this inspection. Without further ado, thanks a lot for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button because this is a good informative one. Put your comments down below for questions later on, and let's jump out into my front yard when he gets here.
So the first thing they do, Rusty, is they take their cover photo for the report.
They definitely get right to it.
Oh yeah. And that's why I wanted to be here, so we could interview and I can answer your questions and not bother them, because they're like bloodhounds. They have their own track that they're going to take, and we don't want them to miss anything. So
usually we got a whole spiel, but I'm pretty sure he already gave that to you.
Not really.
Okay.
I'm Rusty.
I'm Eric, and that's my brother Steven.
Hey, brother Steven.
Good to meet you.
See, he's got the white glasses like I always wear and my girlfriend hates. So I'm going to show her that somebody else has got those glasses besides myself.
Well, Steven's going to handle everything on the outside, so he'll go on the roof, the attic, all around the exterior.
Okay.
I'm going to check the panel box, and then I'm going to come inside and do everything on the inside.
I'm just trying to get you in better sun here.
Sure.
So.
When we're done with everything that we do, we'll go over your list of any concerns, make sure we get everything in the report. Okay. Then we send that report to my dad. He'll go through it and then send it to you and the warranty department today.
Okay.
So
and I actually, you'll see blue tape on stuff in there.
Sure.
So
Not a problem.
The magic blue tape. So.
Well, here's a few of our cards.
Okay.
And we'll just get started. Now, is your gate unlocked?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can go into the neighbors.
Okay.
I just went over and checked with her.
Okay, perfect.
So
then we're just gonna get started.
We're all set. Okay, good. I'll talk to your dad for a little bit.
Alrighty.
So we'll go hang in the garage.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anyway, this is Frank, and go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, Frank D'Angelo.
And you are doing the inspection for my place. And I'm going to say this right now because if anybody turns off, the most important thing is, I think I called you a month after I bought the house, and you are booked way down the road, correct?
We are. We're a small family company. It's just myself and my 2 sons right now, so we could only do so many and do them well. So consequently, we do get booked out quite a bit. Out right now, we're booked probably 3-4 months in advance. So most people call us, 6 months before their warranty is up. Right now, it's June, and we already have at least 24 inspections booked for next year already. So
yeah. So let's jump back. I'm kind of fascinated. And this is a good thing, I guess. They get right into it. So, how long ago did you get started in this, or where did you originate from? And
sure.
Well, obviously you've been doing it a while.
Yeah, I'm a retired firefighter and medic from New York. And I did home inspections up in New York, and when I retired, I moved down here. I wasn't ready to settle down, so I told my wife I'd keep my home inspection business, probably only do 1 a week for fun. And that didn't last that long until we were doing a lot more than that. And right now, we're currently doing roughly over 900 a year. Fortunately, my 2 sons moved down here years ago to work for me. And we love working together. They're great at what they do. They're actually just as good, if not better, than I am now. And my reward for that is having grandkids local. So we love what we do. From what the Villages tells us, this is not us bragging, but we are the #1 warranty inspection company in the Villages. We do more than anyone else. And it's interesting because most homeowners think of a home inspection as a pre-sale inspection before they buy a pre-existing home.
Right.
And those home inspections only do mechanical, structural, and safety issues. We go a lot further than that, a lot deeper than that, because we're also documenting many of the issues that we know the Villages will fix. Issues like settling when you have cracking in the drywall, or grout cracks, cabinet adjustments, windows that are maybe sticking, missing or displaced insulation, just a whole slew of things that would never go in a pre-sale home inspection report, but go in our warranty inspection report. And we send the report to you and the Villages the same day. We actually get along quite well with the Villages warranty department. They view us as kind of the final quality control, and they like getting a report that is concise, with the right nomenclature, with pictures, and they know when we document something, it's legit. So it works out well for them, and it works out well for the homeowner.
Yeah. I'd say the Villages is kind of unique because they're building so many homes and they have a year warranty, right?
Right.
So there's also kind of a 30-day warranty, like a punch list kind of warranty. Could you talk a little bit about that?
There is, and a lot of folks don't recognize that or don't realize that. And there are some things that the Villages will only warranty for 30 days, and that's pretty common sense. For instance, if there's a big scratch in your kitchen sink and you notice it during the walkthrough, well, the Villages should take care of that because that was done during the build. However, if you find a big scratch in that sink a year from now, they could easily say that that might have been caused by your roasting pan or your diamond ring or whatever. So there are some things that are only 30 days that should be documented by the homeowner during that first 30 days. That's called the punch list, and the Villages want you to turn in a punch list. After that, then the house needs to settle because there's a lot of things that we're going to find in the 10th or 11th month that we would not find in the first 30 days.
So you guys split the duties up, right?
Correct.
Pretty much, which allows you to kind of go through everything pretty quick. So you're going to do basically what?
I'm going to do all the inside stuff. Steven's going to handle everything on the outside. So Steven will go up on the roof, the attic, all throughout the exterior. I just check the panel box, and then I'm going to look at everything on the inside. I'll be looking at the walls, the tiles, cabinets, doors, painting, mirrors, you name it, I'm looking at it.
Yeah. And who's the older brother?
Steven is.
Oh, okay. Who was the first down here?
I was.
Okay. So you gotta have fun with the families, right? Yeah.
Eric, before Eric moved down here, he had like 14 years experience in the HVAC industry. He was a union air balancer, which has helped really a great deal, because one of the number one complaints folks have here is problems with the AC, one room being hotter than the other and things like that.
Yeah.
So Eric brings a lot of experience with air conditioning, to our business, which is helpful.
Good. Yeah.
And,
No kidding.
The other thing I wanted to mention is that my older son, Steven, goes up in the attic, and we're one of the few companies that actually, we crawl through the attic. We try to get everywhere we possibly can. Oftentimes we try to get all the way back to look into the lanai. Some home inspectors, they pop their head up there, but their feet never get up in the attic. And there's a big difference. And we find many times where there's missing or displaced insulation or some other problems that you want to be found and you want them to be fixed.
Right.
So if you're not there, you can't find them.
Yeah, the big things are, obviously I care about the small things too, but the big things are, that are going to haunt me
Yes.
5 years down the road. So, and this is?
That is a thermal imaging camera. Years ago, these were very expensive, over $20,000. Now they've come down in price, and more home inspectors have them. This is a special camera that sees heat instead of light. So we're looking for thermal anomalies, because that can show missing displaced insulation. It can show moisture issues, because oftentimes when there's a leak or something's wet, it has a different temperature, which you could see with the camera.
So this will actually show, what big thing is insulation or?
Correct.
Sometimes when people get solar tubes, the insulation is not put back around where their solar tube is, and we find that, although we find that up in the attic also. So. That thermal imaging camera is very sensitive. It will even show the heat signature of the 9-volt battery in the smoke detector.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty wild. Speaking of blue tape.
Yes. We go through a lot.
Which I actually did before you guys got here. Is there anything that you recommend people do, like make a list or the blue tape to help you guys out, find things? Or?
Sure. No one's perfect, and there are some issues that might only present during a certain weather condition. For instance, Rusty, you noticed a grading issue that if we haven't had rain for a while, we might not notice the problem that grading issue caused. So that's why we love when customers make a list of concerns, so we don't miss anything. We don't want to miss anything.
Do pictures help with that? Like, in other words, if it's something that's not going to be there every day? Or?
A great deal. In fact, the software we use is a pretty expensive software, and we actually have the ability to embed video into our HTML report. So let's say if your air conditioner was making a really funny noise, we could actually video that with sound and see the fan not being correct or whatever. And so we could actually embed video in our reports. So
right, and you have a lot of interaction with the village's warranty department, I'm sure.
We do. Yeah. They get our reports every day, and we work well with them. Like I said before, some people will say, "Oh, they must hate you," and I say, "No, it's just the opposite. We get along well, and we have an ethical obligation to you, the homeowner. We work for you. We don't work for the villages, but we do get along with them. But we're an advocate for you to fix the issues that we find that we think should be fixed. There's a reasonable expectation as a new homeowner to have certain things correct. So we're going to go to bat for you, and we have a pretty good batting average for that."
Yeah, and So, as you guys know, I always say I don't work for the villages. I have nothing to do with the villages, and you're not employed by the villages.
Not at
You're
all.
an independent contractor.
Correct.
So that's just because some people may not know that, they may not understand the relationship. When would you recommend that people schedule? In other words, like let's say they didn't wait till the last minute and they needed to schedule a month before their year or 2 months before their year.
Well, usually the sweet spot is coming to your house roughly a month before your warranty ends or a month before the anniversary of your closing. The important thing is to call us much earlier than that,
Right.
Because we do get booked up. But once we're here, we do the report, we do the full inspection, and you'll have the report today, and so will the villages. We always look at the blueprints and the permitting before we even come to your house, so we know who built the house. We know what young lady in the warranty department is assigned to your house, and we send it directly to her. So,
Right. Good. So he's out doing outside now?
Stephen is outside doing the perimeter, and he'll probably walk up on the roof soon. We'll hear him clomping up on the roof.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that he looks for when he's up on the roof, and not all home inspectors even go up on the roof.
So what does he look for while he's up there?
Great question. Well, we're checking all the plumbing vents and the lead flashing around the plumbing vents. We're checking all the J vents for your laundry exhaust, your laundry or your dryer vent, your bathroom vents. We're checking that. We're checking for any loose shingles. We're checking for any exposed nails. We're checking for problems in the valleys. We're checking for flashing issues that could be problematic. We're checking for a whole slew of things. We're checking to make sure the shingles are sealed. So we're picking shingles all over the roof and trying to lift them up to see if they're sealed or not. Of course, we can't check every one of the thousands that are up there, but we're doing a good representation of that to see if they're sealed. So we're looking for a whole bunch of things.
All right, so Steven's up in there right now. What exactly is he checking for?
Sure. Well, he's not all the way up there yet, but he will be. We're one of the few companies that actually go up in the attic. So he's looking for possible broken trusses. He's looking for missing and displaced insulation, which we do find often. He's looking to make sure the bath vents are hooked up properly. Pretty much, that kind of stuff. Any wiring problems up there, any open junction boxes, which is a code violation. So he's looking for all that type of stuff up there.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Of course now is when my furniture comes. So you can't win at this game. A whole year and they both collide at the same time.
You want to give anybody a little bit of hint. When they buy their house and they're hanging pictures, remember, many people have pocket doors. So when you hang a picture here, don't put a nail too far. Or if you're mounting your TV, we have found houses that people have mounted their TVs to their pocket doors.
Yeah. It's got to be hard opening them again.
Yes. Sure. So we recommend the first year to get your dryer vent clean, because a lot of times folks move down here, they have new linens, new clothes, and those create a little bit more lint. So in the first year, get your dryer vent cleaned out. Then after that, it's personally up to you. Some folks will get it done every year just to stay up on top of it. Other folks might get it done 2 or 3 years. Nowadays, these dryers are so smart and they got so many sensors inside that they'll know when you're starting to get a flow restriction and when you should get it done.
Okay, great. Good tip. Thanks. We're almost at the end here, and I'm watching these guys go around, and I'm seeing extra blue tape that I didn't know exists. I'll have to find out why. And speaking of that, when we get done with this, what happens now? I mean, in other words, I have some blue tape that we haven't talked about yet. Do we talk about that before you leave? Or?
Certainly. So my 2 sons are finishing up what they always do. When they're done, they're going to go over your list of any concerns, answer any questions you might have. let you know about anything that's going to be in the report that's somewhat unique or that you might question. We go back to our office then, and all three of us work on the report and get it just right. And then we send the report to you and the village's warranty department. Your builder has a representative in the warranty department, and we send it directly to her. She will go through that report, and every page she'll say, okay, this issue is the electrician, this issue is the plumber. She will issue tickets to those respective contractors, and they will call you within the next few days to schedule an appointment to come and fix those issues that we found. So you'll have a flurry of activity from contractors, within a couple of weeks of after the inspection is done. So.
Yeah, so after this, then we're going to go around, and in other words, I had some tile blue marks right here and a couple other, not too much, fortunately, that I found, and then we'll go back over those to make sure they're in the report, and then I'll send you any pictures that I had of like the weather-related stuff, water and stuff like that. Oops, sorry about that. I may have lost you guys for a second. Water and stuff like that they wouldn't see when they were normally here. So it's a good idea to keep records over that year for these guys to help them out, because some things they may not see. So is there, after we get done all this and you submit the report, and you say one of the biggest problems is people don't read the report when they...
Unfortunately, they don't read the report. Some people don't, and I don't understand why, because it is very interesting, I think. And then we're always available to our customers. I mean, we've done thousands of inspections here in the villages. I've been doing this for 11 years. Oftentimes down the road, a customer will call us 5-6 years after we've done the inspection, and they have a goofy question or a concern, or somebody's trying to sell them something and they want to know whether that's a good idea or not. Unfortunately, there are some people that get talked into buying things that they didn't need for their house. Not everybody is honest and ethical, unfortunately. And so we try to save you money. We'll tell you whether something's worth something or not, what to do, what not to do.
Yeah, and you don't actually sell anything. You're not trying to sell. You just do the inspection, and that's what you're there for.
Exactly. And we are not, for lack of a better term, we're not in bed with anyone else. We're very ethical and honest, and we don't make very many recommendations for people, because I like to be control of our reputation. Yeah. And so.
And speaking of that, that's kind of how I found out about them. I did my research, and their name kept coming up, so I figured if I'm good with that. And these guys have been really good answering questions actually before they actually did the inspection, which is kind of cool. So and then you'll leave your sticker on your door, and I'll go ahead and put all that information up. And there goes technology beeping.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we never take phone calls when we're doing an inspection.
Yeah. So we're actually getting close to being done. I hope there's had a couple of suggestions in there, and I'm going to go over the things that I have, and then in 6 months to a year, I will go through everything that we wrote up and how the villages did about taking care of them, and I guess you'll get to see that.
And Randy, or Rusty, if I could just say one more thing, is we have some people every once in a while saying, well, they're not going to find anything, it's a brand new house. And I have to laugh a little bit at that, because, if you think about it for a minute, if we went to every house and did a thorough inspection and said, hey, you know what, we didn't find anything, give me our check, we would not be in business very long. But actually just the opposite's true. We're doing more and more inspections. We do just over 900 a year now. And people are usually amazed at the things that we do find. And we wouldn't be so busy if we didn't find things and if people didn't see value in what we do. Yeah. You've paid an awful lot for your house, and you really do want to know if there's any issues. And even if there isn't much issues, which doesn't happen very often, but even if there isn't much issues, the peace of mind that it affords that you've had somebody up on the roof and you've had somebody crawl through your attic, so you really know what you've bought.
Yeah. Well, the big thing too, and although there's some things here that are, I'll say, suspicious, you know, like the watermark. At least you get them documented now, so it's not after that year, and they kind of say that, hey, it's on you, type of thing. So, anything else? You got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. I guess we're going to go over a couple of my things, and if there's anything else, I'll add it on to the back end of this. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it, and thanks a lot for subscribing. And I will either see you back down here in the Villages, or I'll see you back here on YouTube.
And people could contact us with our phone number, 352-250-7818, or go to our website, www.d'angeloinspections.com.
See, he didn't know that I was already going to put that on there.
Okay.
He's just being a good businessman, that's all.
There you
go. Thanks a lot for joining me. I hope this helps out a lot of people. We'll see you later. All right, so here is the actual inspection report. And I'm just going to kind of flip through it and give you an idea of what it's like. It's pretty, there's two versions. One goes to the client and one goes to the Villages. Obviously, the Villages doesn't care about, and you'll see a lot of the stuff that's on here. There's the his certification, the index to the whole thing, so you can just flip through it because it's just a regular, well, like a PDF. Just different things about the size of the home and information regarding that. Now you'll see in some things they're written in red. Those are noted to the warranty department or the builder that they should be covered under warranty. And there's a lot of stuff that's written in black, and you'll notice that it is directed towards the homeowner. So here you can see stuff that's under warranty or what the inspector thinks under warranty is, and that's the reason it's written red. And there's a lot of small areas that I wouldn't see, definitely things that are up on the roof, as you can see right here, and then things written in red again. This is up on the roof, parts of, unless I went up on the roof, I'd never see these cracks. And you can see things like this are informational, but the chipping paint is something that I really haven't done anything to. It just started chipping off of the door. And here it's information that there's small cracks along the foundation, that it's not structural. And then an explanation of the small chips in the driveway that the village warranty department considers that as something cosmetic. And there are in certain areas where he gets more detailed, especially where I'm having issues with water coming up onto the patio rather than draining off. It actually comes well into the patio. You'll see here there's arrows to the line where the pine needles had floated up onto my porch, which I'm not so sure that is right. And this is on the neighbor's side, how filled with water. This is that area that I'm talking about. And then he can also include videos, so you can get a link to that video to see exactly what that is all about. These are small things that I would have never seen, but you can see that they have shown them with blue tape. They also go around with blue tape. And some of these are actually my blue tape things, which I had already put on there. Pictures of the roof. There's nothing wrong in these areas, but he's just showing pictures of the roof and that it is sealed. And then up in the attic, they actually noticed these heavier 2x4s. They went back into the blueprints and actually looked up to see whether that was the right structure. Also shots of the insulation and that there is no insulation over the porch. I zip right through this. This is areas in the garage, and this is the water shutoff valve that I've already had this repaired twice, and there should be some type of access for that that doesn't break every time. So that's what I'm trying to get fixed there. We did go in, and as you can see, there's red notes here regarding the chain and adjustments that needed to be done. Things outside that I didn't see, water pressure, and once again, the shutoff valve for the door. And this is when they pulled off the electrical panel, they noticed that there was overspray. So the good thing that he does also, they say in there and they show what the code is. This is the electrical code. And he even gives a little drawing of where it says you should not have any overspray in there because that's the code. So anyway, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed it. And once again, I'll either see you here or I'll see you in the villages. Have a great day.